Hey there, coaches. It is Sanae Floyd here, business breakthrough coach and sales mentor. And I just wanted to pop in here to kind of come back to basics, if you like, the basics of social media marketing, using organic content and organic activity. Now, I know that if you are in the kind of early stages of your business, or you have been doing this for a while and you're not seeing the results that you were hoping by now, it can feel really overwhelming. You can feel stuck on what your next move is, you can feel frazzled. And when you're in that state, when you're not making money in your coaching business, it's very easy to get sucked into all the shiny objects that are out there, all these shiny offers that promise you the earth in terms of getting clients and growing your coaching business. It can feel tumultuous both in your inner state and it can feel really noisy out there. So I want to talk to you about some key principles that you absolutely must have nailed down in order to effectively attract your ideal clients from your social media activity. Now, these are principles that have stood me in good stead. I'm now in my 8th year in business, and I have ridden that roller coaster. I have had those meltdowns and the sleepless nights and waking up at 3 a.m, cold sweats, worrying about where my next client is coming from, worrying about how I'm going to pay my mortgage. And especially as a single mother, I was reliant on my coaching business because I was one of these that made the leap. I left corporate in order to start my coaching business. So this was never a side gig for me. I'm very much one of those people that I need to cut the safety rope, if you like, burn the boats quite literally. So these principles are going to serve you. They are highly valuable, and what I will say is no amount of client getting strategy, as I put in inverted commas, client getting strategy is going to work for you if you don't have these principles nailed on. Okay, so some of them are kind of really back to basics. Others you may have kind of dabbled with, but it's important to dial in with more specificity. Okay, so let me dive into the first principle, which is clarity. Now, clarity and alignment with your coaching business niche, your ideal client avatar, your message, the problem you solve, all of that is absolutely critical for you to be able to apply any of the strategies, formulas, funnels that are out there for you to start growing your business. You don't need any of those things if you are simply showing up from a place of absolute clarity and alignment with what it is you do, who it is you serve, how you help them get from their A to their B, the problem that you solve, and what your mission is. So all of that, your mission informs your messaging. So all of that clarity and alignment is absolutely critical. And when I talk about clarity and alignment, what I mean is being really clear and aligned with your passion, because it doesn't just serve your marketing. Having this clarity and alignment isn't just for serving your marketing. This is about your energy. This is about you showing up in the energy and enthusiasm of passion and purpose. That's what that alignment piece is. That's really when kind of you kick doubt to the curb, you feel confident, you feel, unstoppable. That's when you know that you're in that clear and aligned space. So that's absolutely vital. For me, the clarity and alignment piece was the biggest game changer. So the next thing is you have to be credible. So you know this, you don't need to be qualified to start a coaching business and start making money as a coach. But you do need to be credible in order to start attracting your dream clients. So credibility comes from your professional qualifications, your background, your story, the struggles that you've navigated and overcome yourself. So it could come from any one of those things or a combination of all of those things. So you've got to show up with credibility in your story. But the important thing with credibility is also that it's not just about showing your ideal clients that you are credible. You've also got to feel credible internally, because when you show up and you feel credible and you see that this is why I do what I do, in terms of this is how I am the expert, that confidence in yourself will ooze through and infuse all of your messaging. So again, it's a real energy thing at this point. You don't self-sabotage when you know that you are the credible expert in your niche. So the third thing is consistency. Being consistent in your messaging and your marketing means showing up every day, sharing, consistency in your messaging, so you're not chopping and changing your messaging. It's okay to deliver the same message. When you have consistency in your messaging, that's what starts to build the trust from your ideal client's perspective. They will start to know, like, and trust you. There's no shortage of coaches flooding the marketplace at the moment and in the last few years. So in order for you to be able to stand out, for you to be able to rise like cream to the top, it's going to be coming from your clarity and also your consistency. You've got to show your ideal clients, your audience, that you are not some fly-by-night, here today, gone tomorrow. And that requires pushing through those periods where nothing is happening. Because there are going to be periods where you're not getting a return on your time investment, from your energy investment. You're not going to get that return in the early days. So it's about pushing through those periods where there is no response, no engagement. And the way I frame this and what helped me in the early days, when there was nobody was reaching out to me, I was getting no discovery calls booked. In those early days, it was just a reframe of, I'm just going to show up and share my message. That's all. I'm not going to attach to the outcome, which is one of the principles I'm going to share with you in just a second. So you want to be consistent in your messaging, in your marketing, in your visibility strategy. But to support that external consistency, you also want to be consistent in your inner game as well. So consistency in your mindset work every day, in your daily disciplines of physical activity, so you're really taking care of yourself, your mental, emotional, spiritual well-being, and of course your physical well-being. And I always think of Stephen Covey. One of his principles is sharpen the saw. So you're always doing your own inner work and your own personal growth, so that you can become effectively a better coach for your clients, because as you grow, you're better able to serve your clients. Okay, so as I alluded to in the consistency principle, you want to reframe the reason you're showing up. So if you are showing up from a place of, what will this activity get me, you're going to suffer, because a lot of the times your activity is going to produce nothing. So you want to change and reframe that, what will this get me, to what can I give. So this next principle I've called contribution. So this is about showing up every day consistently and sharing value and sharing your expertise and your knowledge. So a lot of my clients, they come to me and say, I want to show up as an expert. How do I leverage this and show up and be seen as the go-to expert in my niche? The simple answer is, if you want to be seen as an expert, then you have to show up as one. And that means sharing your expertise, teaching what you know, giving a ton of value, and making sure always that you detach from the outcome. So what you're doing is you're just putting your stuff out there. As Steve Jobs used to say, you create and you ship it. So you create your best work, whether that's a live stream, whether that's a blog or a post, or whatever it is, a podcast. You create it, you ship it. And then you come back to the drawing board, you come back to your desk, and you create again. So you're just creating and shipping, not clinging, not constantly refreshing your feed to see if anyone's engaging on your post, or what's have I got anything out of it, constantly checking your emails to see if anyone's booked that discovery call. No, you create and you ship, and then you come back and you create and you ship, and always from a place of contribution, giving value. Always just have your ideal client in mind, because when you focus your attention on your ideal client, that will inspire you, that will inform your messaging, and It takes the onus off you, which is when you feel fear. You know, when you're constantly thinking about, oh God, how will this be perceived? How, will people judge me? Am I good enough for this? You are, but you need to place your focus outwards on your ideal client for this, you know, this principle. The final principle I have for you is creativity. So be creative in your marketing. Being an entrepreneur means you get to drop all the should do's and ought to's and grow a business that is uniquely aligned with your unique gifts, your brand, your personality. You know, my biggest money months have always come from showing up, being myself, and just creating content from a flow state, creating offers that are, you know, a total embodiment of what I love to teach, what I love to do, what I love to talk about. So, and, you know, effectively being creative in how I market them. Now, you know, and this is just about you doing you. So being creative also means being resourceful and in a state of open possibility to the infinite ways that new clients and money can come into you. So I used to fixate on the known and familiar channels of revenue rather than relaxing and being open to unknown sources of income and clients and opportunities. And since becoming more open and relaxing, I've landed incredible, wonderful, surprising, you know, contacts, clients, speaking opportunities. You know, all of these things have started to flow in the moment I relaxed. And as I learned, you know, looking at all of these principles, as I've learned to apply these principles and allow myself to be guided by these higher states of purpose and passion, it's given my business a deeper sense of meaning. It means I'm in more in flow state and more is able to come in. So, you know, and this whole thing is, you know, as you show up from that aligned place, truly authentic, feeling abundant, that's when your ideal clients, that's when the opportunities will show up for you. Okay, guys, so I hope you found this helpful. There's a link below that has a download of like a video training. It's called Shine Your Light. That Shine Your Light is a video series that will support you to get the clarity and alignment. If you feel like you're not clear and aligned, if you're flip-flopping from message to message, you still don't know what your niche is, you're struggling to really specify your ideal client avatar, this video series is my exact process that I take my clients through to help them to get that clarity and alignment. So if you want to download that, feel free. Again, the link is in the comments below. Check it out, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.